Alright, this lesson is to remind you how to complete the square. You learned how to complete the square in algebra, and you're going to need to remember these skills in order to change forms of your circle equations. So I'll do a few, and then I'll have you practice a few for the rest of your homework. The first step, step 1, move your constant. When I mean move constant, I'm going to change this so that it is m squared minus 8m equals 33. I then want to create what is called a vertex template. So step 2, need vertex template. So I'm going to put m, I'm going to square it, and I'm going to set it equal to 33. What's going to go in the center of my parentheses is step number 3. We're going to take half of our middle. So half middle. Half of a negative 8 is a negative 4. Step 4, we're going to take our new middle and square it. So what is 4 squared? 16. And add it. Our last step is going to be to simplify our problem. So we're going to have m minus 4 squared equal to 49. And we have successfully completed the square. So let's follow the same process in number 2. So my first step is to move the constant. So this is going to be p squared plus 18p equals a positive 63. Okay, remember, I can move it because I can add 63 to both sides. My second step is to make a vertex template. So I'm going to do p squared and let that equal 63. Then I need to take half of my middle. So you need to ask yourself, what is half of 18? That's 9. Now I'm going to take my 9 and I'm going to square it. 9 squared is 81. I'm going to add 81. And my last step is going to be to simplify and to make this nice and pretty. So p plus 9 squared is equal to 144. And we have completed the square. So I'm going to do one more, and then you're going to have a few examples to work on by yourself. So number 3, again, step 1, move your constant. So we have n squared minus 2n equals 3. Second step, make your vertex template. We're going to do n, square it, equals 3. We're going to follow our third step and take half of the middle. Half of 2 is 1. And you do keep the signs the same. Okay, if it was negative in your original, keep it the same. I'm going to take my new middle and square it. So 1 squared is 1. And we are always adding. You are always adding back here to your constant. So my final answer looks just like this. Okay. So I challenge you to finish these next 3 and we'll go over and check it off as homework for tomorrow. But now let's relate this to circles. So flip this over onto the back. Okay. Circles. So we're going to use this completing the square when we're going in between forms. The first thing I need all x's, all y's together, and we need the constant on the other side. So to fix this, this is going to become x squared minus 2x plus y squared minus 26y, and I'm going to let this equal a negative 166. So what I did is I moved my 2x over, and I moved this y squared over. Okay. And I made sure my x's were together, and I made sure that my y's were together. So now I'm actually going to complete the square very much like we did on the other side. But now I need 2 vertex templates. So step 2, template. I'm going to have an x and a squared. And I'm going to have a y and a squared. And this is still going to equal my constant, the negative 166. So very similar to the front side, I'm still going to take half of my middle term. So half of negative 2 is a negative 1, and half of a negative 26 is a negative 13. So again, that was step 3. We took half of my x and y term. Okay. Again, very similar to before. We're not finished. We're going to take this term and square it, add it. We're going to take our new middle, square it, and add it. So that was step 4. Take your new middles, square it, and add to the constant. So then, just like before, step 5, we're going to clean this up. So we're going to have x minus 1 squared plus y minus 13 squared equal to negative 166 plus 1 plus 169 to 4. So our directions prompt us to find the center and the radius. Well, you've also learned this. You are capable of this. We know that these numbers make up my center. And this guy is my radius. Okay? So let's work on another one together. First step, let's put everything near each other. So this is going to be x squared. I'm going to move it over. And 10x plus y squared minus 12y. And I'm going to move this one over, equals a negative 12. Okay, x's, y's, constant. Step 2, let's make a template. So I'm going to group my x's together, and I'm going to group my y's together. So our template will be x squared plus y squared, and it'll still equal this negative 12. So let's follow step number 3, where we take half of the middle. So half of 10 is 5. Half of 12 is 6. And remember, we'll keep that sign. Now step 4, take half of your new middles, or excuse me, not half, square your new middles. So this is plus 25 plus 36, and we'll clean this up. So x plus 5 squared plus y minus 6 squared equals negative 12 plus 49. So again, here are my centers. So my center is at negative 5, 6, and my radius is 7. I challenge you to try these two. Okay, you have 2 examples to look at. Bring them into class tomorrow. We'll get a homework grade checked off, and we'll continue to practice this concept tomorrow in class.